The program you will use to create lessons is the Smart Notebook software. The icon looks like a blue square with a white notebook icon in the middle and a pen. The first part of the notebook I want you to be familiar with is the sidebar. Has 4 tabs. And they can be on the right side or the left-hand side depending on where you want them. There's this little button right here. That's a double-headed arrow that allows you to go from side to side. The tab we're in right now is called the page sorter. In this view, I can see all the pages that have been created in this notebook file. The next tab is the gallery. In here, what we'll find are interactive multimedia files, files that have audio attached to them, interactive flash media files, also pictures, that include maps, flags, letters, all sorts of things. Attachments allows you to attach a document into your notebook file or to insert a website. You can take the items you've attached and assign them to an object. Link current attachments. They can link to that document or that website. Now this object has a link to the PDF file that I attached. I can just click on the little paper clip in the lower left and that'll open that up in preview, or if it's a PowerPoint, it'll open up in that, or Word, it'll open up in that program. Finally, I have the properties. That's where I can change colors on backgrounds, change colors in the fill bucket here that we'll talk about later. Can also do page recordings. Page recording, you can click on this button here with the circle and you get this nice big red circle with the record on it, and it'll keep track of what you do. And you stop it, and it creates this little play dashboard at the bottom. I can click on play and it'll go back over what I just wrote. So those are the tabs on the sidebar. Next is the menu bar. The default has it up across the top. If you have younger kids in class and you want them to get to the menu bar, there is a double-headed arrow like with the sidebar. You can click on that and move it down. To start, the first 3 icons are previous page, next page, and blank page. So this blank page adds a page to your notebook file, and then these 2 arrows just navigate you back and forth through your notebook file. Open a file, save a file. Looks like a 3.5-inch floppy. Then you have your paste icon. Looks like a clipboard. In order to have something that you can use in the clipboard, you have to have something copied. So I'll click on an object. We get these different options here. I'm going to click on this little gray box with the upside down triangle, copy, then the clipboard illuminates, and then I can paste what I copied. Undo, redo for the two curved arrows. Delete, I have to have an object selected in order to delete, so I'll select that, delete. So you can see the red X illuminates when you have an object selected that you can delete. Up here towards the middle, we have a screen shade. So we can cover up our screen and reveal things point by point. This first icon that looks like a computer monitor or an HD TV is the full screen. So now you don't have any bars running across the top or the side. Just shows up here at the bottom. I can still cycle through with arrows. Still have this menu that'll let me go through, insert blank page, redo, undo, screen shade, lets me get to everything on the toolbar just in a condensed fashion. Then I can go back to the regular view. The next icon that also looks like a computer monitor, dual page view, single page view. So if you wanted 2 pages up at the same time, you could do that. You can also take that into full screen, have the 2 pages up. The camera icon allows you to do captures. The first button brings up a crosshair. You can click and drag around the selection that you want to take a picture of. And it takes a picture of that and dumps it onto a blank page it creates in the notebook file. The next button that's of use would be a full screen capture. You just click on that. And it grabs everything on the screen, including the doc, and puts that into a notebook page. Next we have a table. Click on that icon, then we can pick how many rows and columns we want. It'll drop that into the page that you're on. You can fill them in with color, put objects inside of them. Some people use it for attendance. The next part of the menu bar here at the top are the creative tools. The very first one looks like an arrow called the select tool. Looks like a cursor. It allows you to interact with the screen like a mouse would. Next is a pen icon. You have different options, different colors to choose from. You can also use the physical pens that are on the board tray. A calligraphy pen. If you have an updated version of Smart Notebook. Magic Pen allows you to focus on a certain area. If I draw a circle, graze everything else out on the sides. If I draw a rectangle, it'll magnify it. Just a fun little pen that's got some silly little pictures that come out of the pen, and then you have an eraser. If you notice here, it's erasing only what I've written. It will not erase objects that have been put in the notebook file. So you can only erase things that you write with the pens. Arrow tool, shape. You can resize the shapes, move them around. You click on them, you have these three options. This green circle at the top allows you to rotate. Gray square in the upper right gives you a drop-down menu, a lot of things to choose from. And here in the lower right, that allows you to resize the object. There's a Smart Pen that takes your handwriting and solidifies the shape that you're trying to make. Paint bucket can use to fill in shapes. When you select the paint bucket, it goes to the Properties tab, and you can change the colors that you're using. One of the last things on the toolbar is the text icon. Brings up different fonts that you can use when you're typing inside of Notebook. Now to go a little bit more in depth with the Gallery tab here at the side, looks like a picture frame. If I want to look for something specific, have the Gallery Essentials highlighted and then search up here. So I want to look for a map of Wisconsin. I'm going to search there. It's going to give me my results. Let's see what we have. All right. Can also look things up according to subject. Integrate those things into your notebook file. There are also nice interactive and multimedia files that are useful to allow kids to interact with the board. One of the more popular ones is called the Vortex. Searched for it up here. Now I'm going to find it down here in my search terms. Now what I can do is I can enter two fields. Put in words that match up with the terms. And then students can come up and match up the word bank with the correct term. If I think swim is a verb and I'm right, it takes it down. If I think run is a noun and I'm wrong, it kicks it back out. The last thing I want to show is the Smart Exchange, which is also here in the gallery. Gives you a link to the website. And this is where you would go to find lessons that other teachers have already created. You can use the search, or you can search according to subject. Find something that you like. You have to join for free here. Just ask for an email address. Doesn't need a credit card or anything like that, and it'll allow you to download the Smart Notebook files that have been uploaded to this website, so you don't have to recreate things. Once you download them, you're free to use whatever you want to or don't want to. It's your copy. So those are the basics of the Smartboard and the Smartboard Notebook program.